All right, y'all. Welcome back to SouFLoTV. Now, this content would usually end up on my other channel, which is BrainFlowTV / Hot Topics TV on YouTube. But I've been traveling for a while, and I can't get access to my other channel, so I'm putting up all the content on this channel until I get back to my safe space where I can start to do BrainFlow TV, Hot Topics TV channel over there, and SouFLoTV TV content over here. In the meantime, enjoy the content. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV TV. This one is by special request. Yesterday morning when we went live, there was somebody in the comment section, a subscriber, who said, SouFLo, please talk about this rapper out of Texas who just passed away. Her name is Enchanting. I said, I'll go do my little research and I'll come right back. First thing I noticed was that Enchanting was besties, tight friends with Big Scar. Don't let that go past your head. With Big Scar. They were also signed at one point to the same entity. Let me say this before I even get into the details. The music industry is not what it's cracked up to be. It's sad that a lot of people look at the music industry when they're really young from outside and they say to themselves, that's where I want to be. I want to do music. I want to be an artist. I want to be famous. But then when they get into the music industry or any parts close to it, they realize how cutthroat it is. They realize how expendable they are. They realize how many big sharks swim in that water and how dangerous it could be. Now we're talking about, man, listen, life insurance policies. We're talking about encouraged drug addictions. We're talking about CEOs of companies taking out big contracts on their artists and then killing their artists so they could control all their creation, like their music, their merch. They could do whatever they want to do with whatever the image is after the artist is gone, right? And all those royalty checks and the publishing and all that other stuff, they'll control it. It's a dangerous world in the music industry. Now, Texas rapper or Texas-based rapper, her name is Enchanting. She was taken off life support after what has now been described as a drug overdose that reportedly left her in an intensive care unit. Drug overdose. Big Scar was her bestie. Big Scar also died from a drug overdose. Both in their 20s, both died from drug overdose. The artist, whose real name is Channing Nicole Larry, she died at 26 years old, and she was signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 label in 2020 up until this year of 2024. Big Scar was also signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 label, and he also died in his 20s, and he also died from a drug overdose. Y'all see where I'm going with this, and y'all see where I'm going with the industry. Now, let me make this very clear. I am not accusing Gucci Mane of being the one to take out a big contract on his troubled artists and then cash out on their demise. But I want my audience to understand that when a artist gets a big contract, they also have a life insurance policy that goes with that artist. This is the reason why a lot of these so-called record labels, you ever wonder why they only give record labels, they give record deals and money, big advances, flashy videos, all these things, stacks of cash to artists who have been to jail or prison, to artists who are covered in tattooed and are heavily addicted to pills and weed and alcohol and all that other stuff, and actually are gang related and are out here actively banging, involved in crime and violence and living that life. You wonder why a smart business person would invest money in that type of a person? because they can give them $1 million up front, and when you're coming from the ghetto in the hood and you get $1 million up front, you quickly sign that contract because you ain't never had $1 million before and you've been broke your whole life. $50,000 you would have signed that contract. $1 million, oh, I'm about to put the whole hood on. I'm about to stunt in these streets, right? But when they do that, the record company themselves could take out a $50 million contract on that artist or a $20 million life insurance policy on that artist in the event that that artist crashes out. Crash out, die, go to prison for a long extended period of time. That company can recover their investment in that artist. This is real stuff, I'm telling you, that you can go look up. So it's no secret or surprise why they give all these contracts and the fame and stuff to a certain type of people. Ain't nobody trying to see these artists be around for the next 30 years and do old school reunion stuff. It's too much money to be made off of them right now. Hot for 2 years, dead. I'm rich, I move on, I find somebody else, I do the same thing. A lot of record companies will build their record companies off of this. You lose 4 or 5 artists under suspicious conditions, cash in those 4 or 5 life insurance policies. That's enough money to stabilize a solid company, and now we can grow. Well, let's talk about Enchanting. Last time I heard about Enchanting, somebody said, yo, she went from doing music to doing OnlyFans to doing nothing at all. Now she's a full-time OnlyFans girl. She doesn't even do music anymore. That was the first time I heard about her, and the last time. Well, in this report it says she came to my house the last 4 days to get clean. She wanted to get off drugs. She tried her best, man, and I did everything I could to help her to get off of it. She tried. A representative from her management team told the Shade Room, and the Shade Room, who then confirmed her death on Tuesday evening. The representative said she really wanted to get off the drugs. She was addicted, and she came to my house the last 4 days trying to get off of it. Help me, get off, get into rehab, something. Larry's boyfriend, Motion God, Bandman is his name. He posted a photo of the couple on Facebook while she was still fighting for her life. And I'm going to tell you something. That also, posting a couple pictures online while Shorty is fighting for her life. You know, some people are like, why are you posting that kind of picture of her, man? I'm sure she don't want the public seeing her like that. But it's a cold world. And her boyfriend, Motion God Bandman, he involved in the industry as well, so he understands the mileage that he could get out of a picture like that, because it's not everybody that gets to see a picture like that. Her fighting for her life. He captioned the picture by saying, you finally found that peace that you was looking for. Y'all hurt me bad, he wrote, as if to say he in his feelings hurt because she's gone. The star was still signed to Gucci Mane label 1017 as recently as 2024, this year at some point. Now, Gucci Mane has also addressed her death with a post on Instagram, just like he did Big Scars, just a post on Instagram. But he didn't reveal an official death cause. He just said, so sad to have to say R.I.P. to such a great young lady, a true star. We gonna all miss you, Chant. That's what he wrote. Her profile appears to have been taken off of 1017's website, which is Gucci Mane's record label website. Her profile is no longer there. The bio said that she began music after graduating high school, and the rapper is quoted on the website as describing herself as a trap and blues kind of artist. trap music and blues music combined. You know, blues is deep. Real blues music make you want to drink a whole bottle of whiskey and use a straight razor to slit your wrist and lay there and die slowly. That's blues. Deep blues is howling and crying, wailing from the soul, weeping, hurt. You gotta have been hurt to do real blues music. So trap music, all about that drugs and the bando and trapping and getting street money. And then you have blues. It's all a recipe for what you see in front of you today. Now, other people can relate to the things I say. I might help somebody through any situation. They can listen to me and find peace, is what she said. Her YouTube channel generated 4 million views in total, and she has around 660,000 monthly streams on Spotify. Now, in 2020, she appeared on a mixtape Gucci Man presents, which is called So Icy Summer. If you know anything about Gucci Man, you know he been running with So Icy for a long time now. Out of So Icy came his fame. Now, in addition to her music career, she is also a creator on OnlyFans, where she boasts about 25,000 likes. I ain't never been on OnlyFans. I don't know what 25,000 likes means. I don't know if she was on OnlyFans busting it wide open and collecting a lot of money. There's a part of OnlyFans where, you know, it's straight pornographic material, and some of those females or males who do that, they make a lot of money over there. But then there are a lot of people who do the same thing and they don't make much money. You have millions of likes versus 25,000 likes. You have people on OnlyFans who crochet, who knit, make sweaters, who does construction, DIY, show you how to build up your house, interior, etc. And then you have those who put on some sexy lingerie and get busy for the people. I don't know which one she did. She explained in a 2021 interview that she was born as an army brat in Germany. And then she moved to Atlanta before the family settled in Fort Worth, where she considers to be her home. A person who served in the military as well. And I also was stationed in Germany. I could see how she could be a military brat. The army would move your family, or whatever branch of the military you're in, they'll move your family to different bases they have around the world, depending on where your mama or daddy, whichever one is serving, has their next orders to go. Now, once they get there, they move the whole family there, and then your child could very well be born in Germany or be born or raised in Germany, right? So military brats are usually on military bases wherever military bases are. And it seems like she was exactly that, a military brat, until her family moved to Fort Worth, Texas. You know what I mean? Now, in the meantime, in 2023, her profile by the Dallas Observer, she told the website about her beginnings in music and about being in church and in the church choir and being a cheerleader in high school. And then after graduation, she worked doing hair and nails, cosmetology, before going into the hip-hop industry. The hip-hop industry, music industry, is no joke, period. Y'all seen the video with Puffy and Cassie. Y'all seen what's been going on with Puffy lately. We're witnessing the fall of a head honcho, a gatekeeper, a big dog. There was nothing bigger than Sean P. Diddy, Puffy, Combs in that industry, and now we get a sneak peek of all the freak-offs and the beat-downs and all that. I'm telling you, smoke and mirrors. It's a whole lot of deception. It's a whole lot of wickedness that goes on in that industry. Now, back then when she did this interview, she said, I feel like music was always something that was easy for me, you know? I feel like I was musically inclined, always. It was something that I thought I should probably go put more time and effort into it because it came so natural to me, you know, instead of trying to force a talent, she said. Now, at that time, She was working with a producer whose name was Jay White. Jay White had previously crafted big hits for big name artists like Cardi B, like Megan Thee Stallion, like Gucci Mane. So she was in the company of star-studded producers. She also spoke about her love of growing up, number of female artists in the realm of hip hop. And it's looking hopeful, she said, more and more women to just continue to blow up. I feel like it was a male dominated sport, but now it's becoming more feminine dominated, and I love it for the girls, she said. There's a lot of comments out there. One person says, listen, you don't just go to someone's house to get clean. From certain substances, it requires medical assistance, especially if you on them benzos mixed with alcohol. Another person said, lots of viewers and followers, but she was still so empty, so desperate, so sad at the end of her life. I didn't know her as an artist, but no one seemed surprised at this. And ultimately, this was a total waste of potential. Another person said, man, this is sad for her family, but still a self-chosen path with known consequences. That means she chose to go down that path, and she already knew what the consequences going down that path could possibly be. Somebody says, why did she stop going to church and being in the choir? That's the beginning of her trouble right there. She left the church and started chasing the world, and this is what it got her. You know what? That comment right there is so profound, and I'm not trying to be no Bible thumper or no church person, but that is so profound. She did an interview where she talked about growing up in a church, being an army brat, coming from a strict family, living on an army base, and then after that, she went off into high school. She went off into doing cosmetology, hair and nails, and then she went off into the music industry, and she started chasing the things of the music industry, getting a lot of tattoos all over her body, drinking a lot, smoking a lot, popping a lot of pills or taking a lot of drugs, and chasing the all-night party life, the fame, the money, whatever comes with it, being in a company of known stars, and it ended up like this. So the last comment was, why did she stop going to church and being in a choir? That's the beginning of her troubles right there. She started chasing the world. Hey man, I'm going to leave this video right here. I won't say too much. I'll just say rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to Big Scar. I find it highly eerie that they both pretty much shared deep friendship while they were alive, but they also went out the same way. Y'all do the math to this. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. This content was made for BrainFlowTV /Hot Topics TV on YouTube, but it's still all owned by SouFLoTV. I'm out. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.